Hello, friends. Today we're going to talk about Giannis, and we're going to talk about what this card is in a PSA 10, what it's worth. So that's the 2013 Panini Hoops Rookie Card number 275. We're going to find what I think the value would be when you're cruising through a card show and trying to negotiate. So first, let's take a look at the card itself. Pretty classic, right? I wish this was a standard. I am getting sick of the Flash. I'll be honest with you. And I think that this card has a lot of action to it, and it really gets the point across. I love it as a rookie card, and I just think it's great. So, anyways, onto the graph. Pretty interesting to see the peaks and valleys in this one. Why 288? Somebody really was going after it at that high, all the way down to about $200 even is where we're seeing that trough here. So an $80 swing, an $88 swing, especially for a card that's PSA graded and has been around for a while. Obviously, I mean, the man's a superstar, right? So we know that, and he's done it for years. This isn't just some brand new rookie card where we're following the hype and trying to see if we can catch fire, right? So I'm interested, and I find it interesting to see that you do have those heavy swings, but let's be honest, the vast majority of these are actually hanging around that 230 price point. So that's an interesting little note to consider. But let's get on to the data set up above here. We've got 15 price points from sales that were made through an auction site, a very popular one, in fact. And we're going to cover the yellow, the green, and the orange primarily. Blue, we'll get to it maybe. Anyways, yellow is the price paid on average for the winning bid, right? $231.87. So people on average, when they're bidding at this auction site, on average spent $231 or bid $231.87. That's exclusive of shipping, and that averaged out to be a $390. So $235.77 is your out the door price on average to win a Giannis card on this site. So that's interesting if you're buying online. But what happens when you're in a card show? Well, guess what? These prices, especially this yellow one, doesn't take into account the seller's fees that they have to pay. So in general, I mean, this isn't precise, but we're talking about an 85% return for the seller. And so that means they're about 15% in fees that they have to take off the top of their total sales. So basically what you're seeing is $197.09 is what people are taking home. That's exclusive of shipping. I just like to apply it to that price point P in order to make it a little bit easier, more efficient for me to decide. Anyways, is that a fair price? We mentioned that as far as a bid is concerned, that would have been on the low end. That, in fact, would have been the lowest bid because we have $198 hiding there as well. So you're not going to be using this price point necessarily if you're actively trying to win a bid on an auction site. But if you're in person and you're at a card show, this is certainly a good number to keep in mind. But for me, if I'm targeting, I actually want to target the bottom third personally in this data set as far as what I'm looking for. So let's sort that ascending, and we go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're seeing 181.48. So I'd like to be in the bottom third of that price point as far as trying to find something at a show. Just to round that out, potentially I would average 197 and 181. Let's call that about $187. So I would say that's a fair price to be paying for this Giannis rookie card in a PSA 10. Especially considering how amazing this card looks. What do you think about that price point? 187. Let me know if you have a different entrance point or a different exit point. Speaking of exit point, if I'm looking to sell this on eBay or something after I get my hands on it on a show, I'd probably be looking in the top third of the price point. So let's once again sort this ascending, and we're going down from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 239, which would net me 203 after those fees were taken off. So I'd be able to get my hands on that and make, a couple bucks here to be able to put towards a different card as well. So that's my exit point, 239, potentially a buy it now kind of thing, so that I can convince somebody just to help me move it as fast as possible, and then I can move on to another card. Anyways, let me know what you think down below. Take care, my friends.